A Texas organization is reporting record deaths from intimate partner violence. That's as the Supreme Court is deciding whether some domestic violence offenders can have guns. An advocate tells our Courtney Friedman this decision will have life or death consequences. It's part of our series Confronting Domestic Violence, Loving in Fear.
In 2022, 216 Texans were killed by intimate partners. It's the second worst number since the Texas Council on Family Violence began collecting data.
We know that the presence of a firearm is one of the most lethal indicators.
Texas Council on Family Violence Community Response Manager Makisha Hooper says of those deaths, 70% of victims were shot, and 35% of those shooters were not legally supposed to have a gun. There are federal and state laws prohibiting gun ownership for people with domestic violence convictions. Texas extends that law to those with protective orders against them. The problem is enforcement.
There's not a lot of action following that to remove the guns and store them as long as that prohibition is in place.
2 years ago, the Bexar County Commissioner's Court approved funding for one compliance officer that civil judges can call upon to check in and follow up on perpetrators who are not supposed to have guns. But even that big step forward could change pending on a Supreme Court case. A man under a protective order went on a shooting spree, yet argues his right to bear arms was violated. TCFV and agencies across the nation have released statements begging the Supreme Court to side against him.
It's one of the keys in addressing domestic violence is accountability for the abusive behavior.
She said a protective order gives victims time to make a safety plan, but with the gun legally in the picture, that victim is 500% more likely to be killed. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
If you or someone you know is struggling with domestic violence, there are resources out there to help. We have a long list of them on our website at ksat.com/domestic violence.
Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's top news, weather, and so much more by clicking the like and subscribe buttons below. And once again, thanks for watching KSAT.